What's up, everybody? You're listening to Back to the Feature. This is the podcast where we talk about films and entertainment. My name is Joseph.
And I'm Edward.
And today we aren't going to be talking about any movie in particular because we don't have one lined up.
No. I did watch some movies, but we didn't have like a featurette, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, we don't have a film, but that's okay because this is a movie news and entertainment podcast. So we're going to be talking about entertainment stuff. But Edward, did you have anything particular you wanted to kick the show off with?
Aren't we gonna play? Aren't we gonna pay our respects to DMX?
Let's pay them.
When did he pass away? Like a week ago?
Yeah, so DMX passed away. Actually, I believe it was last Friday. Anyways, RIP DMX. I liked his music, and I think like everyone did. He had a lot of great hits.
You know what's funny is that like I hadn't heard nothing from him in a long time, but I saw a video like with I guess they were like transporting his body from like the hospital to I guess maybe the funeral home or something, and like they were all like pumping out his music, and I was like, damn, I bet that was pretty cool to be there.
Yeah, I saw that, dude. That was fucking hype, bro.
Yeah. I was like, damn, now y'all want to, and then his song goes to like #1 like on iTunes and all that shit. I was like, man,
again, I mean, it was already it was already a #1 hit.
But I'm just saying, like,
I was like thinking that, like, a #1 hit on iTunes, like, who really cares about iTunes these days, anyways? Like, I use Spotify.
No, I understand that, but I'm just like, man, if y'all had shown him some support, probably wouldn't have killed him. Or he didn't kill himself. Did he have like a drug overdose?
Well, they're saying I don't know for a fact. I'm not going to speak on it because like I don't know for what the facts are, but I think it was like a alleged overdose.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, tragic, man.
And then we were looking up. We were like, oh yeah, he was also in movies.
Well, I mean, I had known that, but he hadn't made anything. I didn't know he had just got out of jail not that long ago too. So he was in jail for a while. But yeah, man, I have a funny story about that. Like, so when I was younger, like my buddy, Buzzy, we went to the movies for, I think it was his birthday, and his mom took like me, my brother, and him, and we were like doing like a double feature. So we saw like 2 different movies. But
now, was this a double feature that y'all paid for? Or did the movie finish and y'all just snuck it to another theater?
I think his mom paid for it. She paid for both of them.
Okay.
I mean, at least I was told. The second movie was paid for, and it was funny because like Buzz is like a big DMX fan, and he wanted to see this movie called Exit Wounds that he was in. Yeah. Because he did a string of like action movies, and so he's telling his mom hey, ask him if they have this movie Exit Rooms, he's saying Exit Rooms, but the movie's called Exit Wounds.
Yeah.
And his mom's like asking the guy, and you can tell the guy has like no idea what she's talking about. So I always have that funny little memory.
Exit Rooms.
Yeah.
I would have seen that. Probably,
but I don't even think it was like close to being out. Like they might have like released the trailer or something.
Yeah, he saw the trailer and he was like, "I want to see that. Let's go watch it."
It was like May and it's like coming out July 6th or something. Anyways, yeah. So funny story. But yeah, RIP DMX, man, tragic. Be bumping his music.
Yeah, I actually played it the other day, but then I was like, I just played like honestly, I played like 2 songs and I was like, okay, I've had enough DMX.
Yeah, it gets you hyped, bro.
It does, but I was like, that's a little too much for me right now. I was trying to end my day.
That's when you're back in the day when you're like walking down the hood trying to be a hard ass.
Yeah, I see someone come out of their house and I run away.
See Buzz puffing up his chest, standing on his porch.
He's all Tank Town.
Staring down cars. Think anyone who's hung out with him has seen that happen once or twice before. So moving on to a little lighter note. Today is Happy International Kissing Day, and the only reason I know that is because the Criterion Collection Twitter posted that. So they posted like a bunch of pictures of I think it's their movies. I don't know.
A bunch of actors kissing.
Yeah. But they had the what's that movie? A Portrait of a Lady on Fire. That was one of them. That movie's like so cinematic, dude. Like I just love like seeing stills from it. Like it just looks so good. Oh, was it? Oh, it's not. It's Criterion. Actually, it's not Criterion Collection. Sorry, it's the Lost in Film Twitter. Go check them out. They're actually pretty good.
I was gonna say, aren't those Criterion Collection like older movies?
Not all of them.
Oh,
no, they're a film distribution, and they just like buy their rights to a bunch of old movies to keep them alive and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they also have like newer movies. Like they have some Wes Anderson films in there.
So, like, they own them?
The distribution rights.
Oh, okay.
Like they can stream them or sell the DVDs. Or
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying. So, like, if you see a Wes Anderson movie like on Amazon Prime, they're getting their cut.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's cool. I'll post a picture. Great little tidbit. And yeah, so what do you think about that, Edward? That you're gonna go home and kiss your wife?
Kiss her goodbye.
Oh, damn.
No, just joking. No, I didn't know. You know what's weird is like you hear these things like I guess there's something for every single day now. Mm-hmm. Because every once in a while people be like, oh, it's employee day, and I'm like, okay.
Is that a thing in America?
or like your boss day and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care.
There's probably a boss day. I doubt there's an employer day.
No, that's true. But
especially at my job.
It's all May. Like May 4th. I'm sure it's a Star Wars
day. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also my friend's birthday, and he gets mad. My friend Jesse, he gets pissed off every time I'm all May the 4th be with you.
Oh, he's not because he's not a Star Wars fan.
Well, I think it's just because that's his birthday.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah. And yeah. Anywho, so I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. We were talking about the guy from Bridgerton, Reggie Jean Page or whatever.
Yeah, he took off.
Yeah, so I saw something that apparently he's being tapped to be the next James Bond. So I think that's why he might be chunking deuces to Bridgerton.
I thought it was gonna be Idris Elba, but all right. Well, I mean, I guess it's not official.
Well, I heard it's not official. No, nothing's been announced, but I heard that's like maybe him not being in Bridgerton this new season is like kind of like sparking rumors. They're like, oh, he's gonna be. Who knows? He could just be in it. He may not be the next Bond.
I got you.
That'd be dope, though. He's a young, fit guy, so.
Well, I mean, Valerie started watching it, but it was weird because I know you finished it, right? And then I went home one day and I saw like on TV it was paused and it said Bridgerton season 1, like episode 6. And I was like, dang, you're watching that without me? She's like, I told you I wanted to watch it. And I was like, oh, okay, you can go ahead and finish it.
It's good, dude. It'll get you hooked. If you start it.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I walked in like I was in my room working on stuff, and then I walked out to go get a drink, and she put it on pause, and like there was like some chick like on some stairwell. It looked like she was getting like eaten out. And I was like, what is that? She was like, go do what you're gonna do.
She's like, you sick. Sick MFer.
I was like, I already seen it.
Jeez, that would stop you. I already seen it. So yeah. So before we were talking about this, Edward, do you know what the Cinerama Dome is or no?
Well, now I do.
Now, right? It's a famous movie. Everyone's seen it, right? You've seen the.
I think like I didn't know anything about it, but when I saw the picture, I was like, oh, I feel like I've seen that somewhere.
For sure. It's actually in Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, that's probably where I saw it last.
But yeah, it's a famous movie theater in Hollywood, I believe, and it is actually going to be closed down because of the company that owns it or whatever. They're closing down a lot of their theaters because they're not making any money.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad, man. We're seeing the death of cinema.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you think it'll pick back up?
I think for people who I hope so, man, because like people like us are gonna try and keep it alive.
I was thinking about it. I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's almost like what's the word? I can't think of the word. I'm sorry, but it's gonna be like one of those things where it's like, let's go to the movies where it actually means something. Like it's a special. It's not like
it's like going to church on Sunday.
No, it's like it's not like it's $5 Tuesday. Let's all go cram in there. It's more like like hey, I want to go see this movie, but I want to I want to see it on the big screen.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be people who like to see movies on the big screen.
Well, it's just unfortunate too because this is like I was going to say that is like the perfect business for COVID to destroy because it involves a bunch of strangers packing in next to each other. But that is part of the appeal to me because it is a communal experience that you're all fixated on this massive screen watching the same thing and you're interpreting these images like for your own because not everyone in the theater is going to like it. Not everyone's going to like think the same thing happened, especially if it's like one of those movies that's left up for interpretation. So yeah, it's unfortunate, dude. I really enjoy the movie experience because of that.
I just miss coming out of a theater and just wanting to talk to someone about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be like, when me and you go to the movies and I'm like, oh, what'd you think right away? And now it's more like, hey, I just saw this movie, and you're like, oh, I'll check it out. But it's, that
Yeah,
could be
'cause
tomorrow, or
we're
that could be a
not
week from now, or
right
something,
or never.
or never. And then I'm like, hey, did you see that movie? And you're like, no.
I just left you on red.
Left you on red.
It it's it's unfortunate, man, but fuck. Well, I'm gonna do my part to keep it alive. I think there'll be some people out there that'll like run theaters, because it is a dying business, and it's probably gonna turn into like not a business. Like, it'll be a nonprofit. Like, they'll probably just be making just enough money to keep it going.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It'd be like nostalgic. It'd be like, hey, your kids, because if the movies do die, but they're still like a little bit around, like let's say a decade goes by, and little kids now, they're like, oh, I've never been to the movie theaters, or at least I don't remember. I'm like, oh, I used to go all the time. Let's go to the movies and check it out.
Yeah, bring it. What if it like they die and then becomes a trend where people are like, oh, let's bring it back.
That's what I think that might actually happen.
Could happen.
Kind of like vinyl records or something.
Oh yeah. Vinyls haven't. Yeah, they had their comeback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like a dying. That's like
People
a
say
dying
it
tech.
sounds better.
Well, to me, movies look better in theater.
I mean, that's how they're meant to be seen.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's people that keep like not Blockbuster, but there's people that keep like rental houses alive. Like, I was watching this like YouTube video about like some place where there's like a video store that's still up and running, and you can like rent movies and stuff, but like they operate more as a bar than like a video place.
Oh, I was gonna say, because Netflix has a documentary called "The Last Blockbuster."
Oh, so there's one still alive?
Yeah, I think so. As far as I know, it's in Seattle, I think, or
And they make money or no?
Oregon. I don't know if they make money, but I think they make money through people who want that nostalgia feel, so they'll buy like merch.
Oh, you didn't watch the documentary?
No, I did.
Oh.
But it just wasn't what I thought. It was kind of boring, to be honest.
God.
No, because I saw one on Amazon Prime that was a lot better. It wasn't called. It was a Netflix documentary that talked about how they knocked out Blockbuster, and this one on Netflix was like a documentary on how Blockbuster has one surviving store. But I like the story of how Netflix took over better.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, we'll keep it alive. Try to, at least. So let's move on to some more like shittier news. Or not shittier, but not so happy news. So I sent you this article, I don't know if you read it, about the actress, one of the actresses from The Disaster Artist.
I didn't read it, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, who is that? Because her hair looked all funny. But I was like, the only person I can remember that was
the makeup artist.
Yeah.
So yeah, this actress, her name. Oh man, let me get her name right, because I don't want to. It's. What's that?
My keys.
Jesus, we're not recording a podcast or anything.
Sorry.
What are you gonna do next? Burp and then yawn and say you're tired?
Call it a night.
Oh, I'm tired. Charlene Yi, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm butchering it. But anyways, I want to get her name in there. Charlene Yi is saying that she tried to quit The Disaster Artist because she was sexually assaulted by James Franco, but Seth Rogen convinced her to stay or whatever, and even try to bribe her by giving her a bigger part in the movie. And so she's saying that, like, basically Seth Rogen is like an enabler, like he's enabling James Franco to get away with the stuff he does. And apparently James Franco's been like accused of sexual assault for like a really long time now, like multiple times. And this is just like another incident brought to light, which is really unfortunate because I like the guy's movies. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I don't, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, I like your films, but if you're a piece of shit, like...
Yeah, I remember when all that was coming out, because Disaster Artist was up for... Wasn't it up for an Oscar or something?
Yeah.
And...
No, Emmy. It was nominated for some Emmys.
But it was up there with... right around the time all that the hashtag Me Too was going on. and James Franco was like cast in a bad light at that time. And I don't know if anything ever happened to him.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
He's
but
still making movies.
but when you said that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, that's just hearsay. The fact that Seth Rogen is an enabler because they are friends.
She's accusing him.
Yeah, but I mean, like it wouldn't surprise me if I found out that was true.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. It's pretty unfortunate if that is the case, but like I can see that too, you know, because he's probably like, oh, this is my buddy, you know. I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to put myself in that headspace, but yeah, it's if he is like covering up for him or you know trying to do whatever it takes to like keep the production of the movie controversy free or for whatever reason, then yeah, I think it's wrong.
I'm just curious. Well, like, because that movie came out 3 or 4 years ago. Nah, she's barely saying anything. I understand it's hard. I mean, I'm not trying to point fingers or anything, but I just, like I said, that when that movie was coming out, it was around the time all that hashtag Me Too. Like that would have been like the perfect time. Like, hey, this happened to me. You guys are accusing James Franco. This is what happened to me on the set. Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought of that too, but like you know, like hindsight's 20/20, right? It's always easy to like look back on something and be like, oh, I should have did this or I should have did that. So, you know, I've never been sexually assaulted or anything, so I could never put myself in that headspace to be like, oh, I would have done this, you know, because it's like, no, you don't really know that's what you would have done. It's like people who are like, they hear about shootings at the mall or something and they're like, I would have ran towards the guy. And it's like, right. Yeah, you say that until you're actually in that situation. So
I would just tell you right now, if there's ever a shooting, dude, I'm running for cover. Don't expect me to be a hero.
I mean, there's people but I know what you're saying. And most likely I would do the same thing. But you know, there's people out there that are these like watch too many of these fucking action movies and they think they're, you know, the next fucking great superhero dude, and they're like, I would run towards the shooter, I would stop him, and it's like, yeah, you say that until you're in that situation.
Then you end up with a GoFundMe. What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Who are you clowning?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh. That sounds like that was like directed at somebody.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm just meant like you get shot.
I was like, what die? I was like, what dead person are you? What poor dead guy whose family's fucking running a GoFundMe are you clowning right now? No. Oh, okay, it's kind of sounded like that. Nah. That's funny. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like. It's hard to be like, why are you coming out now? I mean, especially because there's like no motivation for her to, you know. Sometimes there's like motivation for them to like come out, but it's just like kind of random. But it's good that she did. So I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly I don't see anything coming from it, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe they'll start investigating into it.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think would work is like if these like production companies and like big movie companies start actually like enforcing shit, you know, because I think it's funny, dude, because if you're like at your job right now, your job has like sexual harassment guidelines, right?
I mean, honestly, I'm sure they do.
Every company does. Yeah. It was like a rhetorical question. Every company has one, right? So if you did something at work and a girl accused you of it, there would be steps where you'd be investigated by like human resources and stuff like that. And there needs to be some kind of accountability in the film industry as well, you know. I don't know if there is. Maybe there is, but I seriously doubt there is. You know, like Josh Whedon, whenever that the Cyborg guy complained on him, and Wonder Woman, you know, they took steps, but it took like 2 big name actors in this production to like complain about the director for them to like take steps into investigating him or whatever. So,
and I think more people are coming out against him.
Yeah, a lot of people have been coming out. He's a piece of shit. So. Which makes sense too, because we already kind of talked about this, but all the like creepy pervert shots that you see in the original Justice League that are like not in the new one. But anyways, yeah, so that's pretty unfortunate. And are you watching The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I'm not.
Yeah,
and I don't know why. Because as soon as what was it called? WandaVision ended. I was like, maybe I'll start watching. But I haven't. I don't know why.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm just letting the episodes build up. I don't want to I don't want to watch it I just want to binge watch it. So
I got you. And that's what happened with WandaVision, because I think you started watching it, and it was already like 4 episodes in by the time I started watching it.
yeah, it sucks though because they're releasing it week by week. So like all the memes and the Twitter posts are coming out about it, and it's like I want to watch it, and I know facts and stuff that's happening in the show already that I wish I didn't, but what can you do?
Like that actor, he has like some kind of dance scene that people are in love with.
Yeah,
I don't know. I honestly have no context of it.
He's
or
like
whatsoever.
a bad guy, and but everyone likes him more than the new Captain America. Yeah, dude, it sucks. I know. I've been watching a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna try to stay away from it because I just want to binge watch this show. But I don't know. Maybe I should just start. Maybe we should start watching it week by week and have a weekly discussion.
And then we'll be like, "Oh, episode 1." People are like, "That was 5 weeks ago."
Hell yeah. But anyways, yeah. In some other news, Star Trek is releasing. They released the date of their next Star Trek movie. It's currently untitled, but it's coming out June 9th, 2023. So.
And you know what, dude? I don't feel bad, but I was always that guy Zachary Quinto, the one that plays Spock. Mm-hmm. I always wondered, dude, I thought you were gonna be like some, big actor or something. Because I know he was popular on Heroes, and then he became Spock, and I was like, oh, I really like this actor, but he never really did anything else.
He's done some other stuff. He's been in a lot of other movies. He's not had like a big role, but he's had I wouldn't say he's been the lead of a super successful movie, but he's had some good roles in some other movies.
I gotta watch him. I don't know. He was just one of those actors that I was like, oh, I like the way he acts or whatever. And then I only saw him in the Star Trek movies.
He was in American Horror Story too.
Never watched that.
Yeah, a really good show. You've never seen that?
Well, I heard some.
You call yourself a cinephile? Disgusting.
Well, I heard some series are good and some aren't. So.
Yeah, but even their worst ones are probably better than half the dog shit that's out there on television right now. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, I like American Horror Story. I think it's really, really well done. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so, and then by the way, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I like Star Trek. I wouldn't say just as much, but I like Star Trek.
Well, I like the Star Trek movies. I've never really seen the show.
I love any and everything Star Trek.
Really? You watch the TV show?
Watch the TV show. So familiar with the old one. Obviously, I wasn't around when it was on, but I've seen episodes. I haven't seen I haven't watched every episode, but I did watch the one with Jean-Luc Picard. I think it's Next Generation, Star Trek Next Generation. And then I watched I think there's there's one with
Next Generation.
I don't know. I've seen a couple though. There's some with this cyborg chick, and then there's one with they're wearing blue uniforms. I don't know the timelines on all these, but yes, I like Star Trek.
Yeah, I remember when I was in school, this guy told me. I don't want to say his name or anything, but so anyways, I was just trying to be funny, and I was I had never seen Star Wars or Star Trek, and he was reading a Star Trek book, and I was like, hey man, I was like, is that Star Wars? He's like, this is Star Trek, and I was like, what's the difference? And he's like, Star Trek can actually happen. And you know what's crazy? I mean, looking back on it now, he's actually probably right. I mean, of course, compared to Star Wars, Star Trek could be more plausible than Star Wars.
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
The only Jesus.
What? I mean, as far as people in space, Star Wars has creatures. Or I guess so does Star Trek.
So does Star Trek.
Anyways, I'm just saying. He said, "Well, don't blame me. He's the one that said it."
Yeah. Well, I'm just but you agreed with them. You're all
but I didn't agree with them until 20 years later.
Well, I mean, your agreement is still misconstrued because
you're right. I'm sorry. Now that I'm thinking
the only difference, it's not the only difference, but the main difference between the two is that Star Wars has the Force. Star Trek doesn't. And so if you're saying in that aspect, yeah, it is slightly more plausible because nobody has the Force yet. I mean, not that we know of. So
I just remember on Star Trek they had that guy. What is it? Not Worf, but there was another one that he was I think he might have been not a butler, but a bartender. He had like his head looked like it was a big old like forehead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't remember his name.
I don't know his name either. I don't know all their names.
Yeah, I don't either. I just remember I always flipped the TV on. I would just watch and then change the channel because I had no idea what was going on.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But it is interesting though that they ended up making movies that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, they did make some good movies. Poor J.J. Abrams got bombed with the lens flare effect.
Yeah.
We need more lens flares. Anyways, let's move on to the last piece of info that I have. Mm-hmm. Chloe Zhao has won the Directors Guild Award for directing Nomadland. Now, anyone who doesn't know who Chloe Zhao is, she is we talked about her on the last podcast, or the one before with Oogle, and she is a female Asian American. I think she's Asian American, or she might just be from Asia. I don't know. Mm-hmm. She's director, and she had done 2 independent films, then she directed Nomadland, and then directed the Marvel movie, what is it called?
Eternals.
The Eternals. So she actually directed the Eternals after Nomadland, but Nomadland got released first because it is a bit of a simpler movie. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Eternals has a lot of CGI that they gotta. I don't know the turnaround time on those Marvel movies. They're probably like 2 hours long.
Yeah, then So I think they do because those like superhero movies they have. So I guess you have the screen boards, mm-hmm. then you record the footage, and then you gotta like do the CGI version of it. Then you gotta like mix it, mm-hmm. and then you gotta do the sound. So it takes a lot of fucking time.
A lot of work goes into it. But anyways, yeah, Chloe Zhao, she's won the Directors Guild Award for directing Nomadland. And so everyone's saying this pretty much solidifies her for her chances at winning the Best Director at the Oscar Awards. So that's awesome. Interesting. That is the last little tidbit of info I have. Mm-hmm. I do this. So keeping in line with this whole, since she's directed a Marvel movie, I will say that Marvel's really good at keeping their movies all like very similar. Right? Mm-hmm. They have the same look and feel, even though they use different directors to make the different movies. And yeah, Josh Whedon did like the first 2 Avengers, and then
Avengers and Age of Ultron.
Ultron sucked ass, so they fired him.
Is that what it was?
I think that's what I was reading. Mm-hmm. That he got fired. They didn't rehire him, and they brought in the Russo brothers to finish off the Avenger whatever movies, however many there were. Mm-hmm. After that, it was Infinity Wars and then Endgame.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna segue because you were talking about the Oscars, and I was gonna say that I actually went on a little. Kathy Bates, right?
Yeah.
I was saying I went on a little Kathy Bates binge. And anyways, because what?
That's kind of weird.
Why?
Kathy Bates binge?
No, well, let me finish. Because I started watching this movie called Angus, and I don't know if you've ever seen that before.
What?
Angus.
Oh.
What'd you think I said? Anus?
You said it.
I said Angus, and you were like, huh? But so I saw Angus. Yeah. She plays the mom in this movie. Okay. And Valerie was like, have you ever seen Fried Green Tomatoes? And I was like, no. And so she's like, you want to watch it? And I was like, yeah, if you want. So we watched that, and it was actually pretty good. Mm. And then she was like, have you ever seen Misery? And I was like, no. So we watched Misery, but I went to go look up, and I was like, how old is Kathy Bates here? Because she looked young. Mm-hmm. She was like 40. I think she said it was 42. Mm. And then I realized, I was like, oh, that was like her first big breakout role. It's almost,
Misery?
Yeah, but at 42 years old. So it kind of, I was like, dang, does that just mean, and how famous she is now, it's like, it kind of is true. It's never really too late.
That was based off a Stephen King novel, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had never seen it. I mean, I know all about it and all that stuff. I just never watched it.
I watched it a long time ago as a kid.
Really?
Good movie, yeah. From what I remember. There's when you see movies when you're a kid, you remember the plot and you remember bits and pieces that stand out to you. And I just remember when she puts that piece of block of wood in between his ankles and just breaks one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, she tells them that that's what they do in some place where they break your leg so you can't run away, but I guess they don't mess up anything else so you can still work. Or so. It had something to do with the people who stole diamonds, when they were mining diamonds or something. I can't quite remember. But yeah, it was pretty good. But
yeah, in that hit the record button on mine. In that There's like I can't remember what that show's called. Castle Rock, or I don't know. It's like a Stephen King. Just push the camera taking button. There's just the button on top right there. Yeah. Um, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Castle something, but it's like so the first episode is like based. It like takes place in Alcatraz, and they find like some guy. I don't know. It's like a Stephen King show. And then the second season was with that character, the Misery character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but she's like young, and it kind of shows like how she.
Oh, she got obsessed with his books or whatever.
I guess it just. I don't know. I never watched it. I kind of started watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting.
You're all like, I saved you, Quentin. It's all his car flipped over. I'm your number one fan, Quentin Tarantino.
Jeez. He's all like, I don't need you to tell you how good my fucking movies are.
He's like, I'm the one that made them.
I'm the one who made them.
That would be funny.
When my producer goes to pitch me a movie, he pitches shit. Yeah, that would be hilarious. that was my Tarantino / Little Nicky.
Oh, I got it. I understood it exactly.
Thanks.
I thought he was actually in the room for a second.
Yeah, I like the way he talks. He talks all fast and like, I don't know. He's like Wes Anderson too. Have you ever heard like Wes Anderson talk?
I think I have once, but I don't remember it all. He was walking around some video store with what's your boy's name? Jason Schwartz.
Oh, okay.
They were like looking for movies or something together.
Yeah, he seems pretty awkward.
Yeah, he was wearing like his I guess his go-to brown suit.
Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's not. That's his look. Whatever.
Yeah, that's how. Did you know Owen Wilson and
Wilson were brothers? Yeah.
Wes Anderson, they met at UT.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Okay, I didn't know. I don't know if we had talked about that or not. It's pretty interesting. Neither of them were in the film program.
What were they in?
Wes Anderson was studying like philosophy, and Owen Wilson was in acting.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. And I mean, because think about it, he's in acting, and then you got some guy who's just like, hey, I got this idea for a film type of thing.
And then I think Wes wanted to be a writer, and then the Duplass brothers, they also went to ET, but they weren't in the film program either. It's actually kind of funny. A lot of these like famous film people that like went to ET weren't like in. There was a film program, but they weren't in it.
Yeah. They were learning other stuff.
Really, the only one is like Robert Rodriguez.
I wonder, like, I wish I could see a time frame. Like, did they ever cross each other's paths while they were there?
Oh no, that's interesting.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they're like, hey, did you hear about that kid Robert? He's making some movie, blah blah blah, and they're like, no, I'm making my own movie called Bottle Rocket. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I'm sure they did. You could look up the timelines. I mean, all that shit took place in the early 90s, so. I know, like, Linklater.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, and Richard Linklater was over there.
I think they were around the same time, maybe. He inspired a lot of people to make movies. Linklater did. I don't know. Just interesting little tidbit.
Yeah. I know. I got you. That's cool. But speaking of making movies, man, like I was telling you yesterday, I was watching that movie again, that Be Kind, Rewind. And for anyone who's never seen it, go watch it. It's not for everyone, don't get me wrong, but I just love the fact that the way they remake movies. It just seems like so fun, like just to be on a tight budget and just make a 20-minute movie remake of a movie that's already made. And I don't know, I've seen that movie like 4 or 5 times.
Be Kind, Rewind. I saw it, but like a long time ago, so I vaguely.
It's the only reason I don't like telling people to watch it is because there's just kind of like two stories being told. I like for people to watch the story about them remaking the movies. That's the part I really like. But then there's like a whole another part where they're trying to save the store, and they end up making this movie about this musician called Fats. I can't remember his last name. That part I don't really care about, but the whole part where they're like the montage of them making movies, that's the part I really like. But I was like, man, I would like to do something like that
one day.
No, we're gonna be on a real set, and I'm gonna bring real donuts.
We can if you ever fucking want to do something. Shit.
You got Steven.
Man, I need my boy back.
I'll get you. I got you.
You got to get back into that fit.
Oh no!
So I want fit Edward back in my movies.
Okay? I'm gonna start today.
You just need to join another competition, dude. That was your motivating. Somebody was dangling that golden carrot in front of you.
That cash, man. Yeah. Cash is the motivation.
That's really what it was.
I think so.
You won a lot of money, T. How much was that?
About like $800.
God, dude.
No. But speaking of which, you making stuff. I want to know, like, you told me that you had. So I don't know if you want to talk about it or not your interview, but I just wanted to ask you because you said you had to make a video, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, was there anything special to it? Because see, the way I'm thinking of it is like, I don't know if you care when my camera went off. The way I was thinking of it was like they wanted to see your skills, like, hey, show us what you can do, type of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty common practice. I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, common practice. A lot of places want you to just show you what you can do as an editor.
I'm just curious because I've never edited. Well, I guess I have, but not like to your extent or level, but I don't know.
Let's talk about my YouTube channel real quick though. It's popping off, man. Real quick.
I told you everyone wants to see Steven.
Toot my own horn. Well, not really, because that video it's not even the best video view wise. So I've been doing a lot of research, on what to title your videos, thumbnails, pick a not genre, but pick a niche, right? So I'm just like, I'm gonna be the film guy. That's my niche. So a lot of people interested in filmmaking and stuff like that will come to my channel, and it's doing really well. It's picking up some steam. I've got almost 300 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a lot, but to me, I mean that's a lot to me, because I'm not posting this on fucking Facebook and telling all my friends to subscribe, because I don't want that. Like, if you're watching this and you go visit my YouTube channel and you like what you see, then yes, subscribe, because you're going to get more of that. If you don't like it, or if you're not into it, don't subscribe just because we're friends and you want to support me, because I don't want that. That's not supporting me. I don't need just people that are just going to subscribe and never watch my videos. Like, I want people who want to be there to want to watch my stuff.
You don't want to be padding your stats.
Yeah. I don't need any fair weather viewers or friends just trying to help me out just to get my subscriber count. Like, I don't want any of that. Like, I want all my growth to be natural. I want people who are subscribing to be there because they want to be there. Kind of same way with the podcast. Like, if you don't want to listen, don't like this because your friend told you to, or if you watch an episode and you like it, then yes, follow our stuff, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. But that's my viewpoint, right? I'm not because if I wanted to, I can just constantly bombard my Facebook and get all the people that are following me on Facebook to go out and like my stuff. You do it long enough, you'll get all these people like, oh, I'm going to go support this guy. I don't want that. And so, yeah, I made that decision. I didn't want that. And so I did a lot of research, and, it's been working because I've been gearing my videos towards a certain camera that I use. I do behind the scenes now for people who are interested in those. And I've narrowed down my focus to the type of movies I want to make, and I'm going to make short films, and then I'm going to do the behind the scenes. That's my new formula, right? So I'll do a short, and that's what's worked best for me, because like I said, they tell you, they're like, do your research, go look at your most popular videos, and those are my two most popular type of videos: a making of, and then a short film. And then it just so happens one of my making of films that I made over a year ago is almost at 10,000 views. It's got 9.1 thousand views or something like that, which is a lot. And then the short film that you can go watch, because I linked it in there, is all if you want to watch the movie, this is what it is. That one's almost got 3,000 views. It's got 2.2 thousand or something.
Now, do you think it's just people who are watching the behind the scenes because they're also trying to make movies, and they're okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, but that, and it's just people who are interested in that, because I love watching behind the scenes. I love watching the process. I watch those videos all the time. If somebody made posted a behind the scenes or making of type video, I'll watch it, because that's what I like. And so yeah, it gets back to me, just I'm making stuff that I like, because I like short films, I like comedy videos, and I'm trying to focus on comedy, and then I like behind the scenes videos. And so I'm sticking to that formula, and it's been paying off. But the only, like I told you before, the one thing that I'm missing is consistency, because the way YouTube works is if they see that if you're producing content consistently, like on a weekly or even, 3 times a week or even a daily basis, they'll really push your page. But if you're producing content consistently, they're going to promote your page even more. The algorithm will pick you up and push you out to even more people, because they see that, oh, this guy is like being consistent, which people are more likely to engage with, because they're like, oh, cool, this guy's going to drop a video tomorrow because he's been doing a video a day for however long. So, we're going to tune in. And so that's what they want. That's what YouTube wants. YouTube wants creators that are consistent and like have all these like other good factors that they can promote their videos, because it just in turn, I mean, what YouTube's getting out of it is views, right? The longer you spend on YouTube, the more likely they are to be able to like advertise, ads to you, and they're making money. And then it helps the creators, because the creators like gaining whatever notoriety, and then they can get monetized and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. It's just like I want to be more consistent, and that's what I'm kind of striving to, because like, having a job is cool and all, but like, bro, I want to be Mark Zuckerberg. I want to be Steve Jobs. I want to be the guy who's like started something and runs it. Like I don't want to be. Yeah. I don't want to be the guy underneath that guy. That's just my mentality, and it's always been. And I know I can do. That's part of the reason why we started this podcast too. It's just an extension of being creative and talking about films and stuff like that. So, and I started a YouTube channel for our page too, because like eventually that's what I want to expand into. I want to get my YouTube popping, and then like get those viewers onto our podcast page, and then from the podcast page maybe we can start another channel, and who knows, you never know what it can roll steamroll into.
Make a little hub for everything else.
Yeah, and then I can put on all our friends, like you can have your own channel, or whoever whoever's part of our team. I don't know, I just got really inspired because this one YouTuber that I watch, he's like, it's cool, dude, because I started watching him when he had started his second channel, right? And he does finance, and finance is like a better niche to be in, because like they pay more for some reason. You get paid more for finance channels. But he was like his whole thing, like he had a good gimmick too. Is like he became a millionaire. He's a millennial. I think he's like 30, 31, and he became a millionaire when he was like 25, 26 from real estate. He started off as a real estate agent. He saved up all his money, because I mean, you can make good money, but you can't. I don't know if you can become a millionaire from doing that. But you can make decent money. So he saved up all his money from selling houses, and then he went and started buying investment properties. And then that's how he became a millionaire, by owning all these different investment like homes, and he became a landlord essentially. He became a millionaire, and then he went on to start a YouTube channel, finance YouTube channel, about like, how he made his millions. And then he's just giving like real estate. It's like real estate financial advice. And then from there, he started a second channel. And this is kind of where I started watching him. And he started doing like reviews. So since he's a finance guy, he kind of started like doing reviews of other people's finances. It's almost like a, what do they call them? Like people who like watch video. It's almost like a reaction channel, right?
Oh, okay.
So like he'll watch a video off of this like famous YouTuber, and it's like so and so spent how I spend my money in a day, and then he reacts to that. And also another cool thing about the guy that I related to him is he's really frugal. Like he doesn't like spending money. Like so he's a millionaire, but he's like a hardcore cheapskate. Yeah. Which he's like, you have to have that mentality too to become a millionaire, which I kind of like. But anyways. So he started a reaction channel, and then after that he started a podcast. He hired an assistant because his two channels, became so popular that he was like putting out content for both of them like consistently. Yeah. And it became too much for him to just like work on these videos nonstop. So he hired an assistant. His assistant took over the second channel, just like editing and all that stuff. And then they started a podcast. That was their third channel. And then the cool thing about their podcast is they talk about how much money it's made. So every episode, they're like, "This is episode number blah blah blah," and the podcast is made over $30,000 or whatever. So,
Damn.
because they're a finance channel, so they talk about money in their podcast as well, and they have people, finance people sometimes, or sometimes they have famous YouTubers and they'll talk to them whatever about money and stuff like that. It's really cool. And then recently he started a fourth channel, and he just hired another, I guess, they call him assistants, but he's like really a video editor.
Okay.
But he says assistant because he's like, you're going to be editing videos, but you're not going to just be editing videos. Like, if I need you to help me build a studio, then, I'm going to need you to do certain stuff, So, yeah, he just hired another guy. So he's got like two, it's like a team of 3 now, him and then his 2 guys. And then, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's cool. You're watching this guy in the early stages of him building this like little mini empire, YouTube empire. And he's made over, like, I think he's like worth like $10 million now. Okay. But like he doubled his net worth just from YouTube. And so like he doesn't even do real estate anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Yeah, he makes more money on YouTube than he does doing real estate.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so it's cool, and it's like it's possible, it's like very possible. But like I said, it's not just easy.
Yeah,
like,
it's not gonna fall in your lap.
No, like, and this dude puts in the work. That's a cool thing. Like,
yeah, and it's scary because, like you said, he had millions of dollars and he was still struggling to get it out. You know what I'm saying? He probably wasn't even going to work for a good while. So yeah, I get you.
That's what he said. Like when he realized like his YouTube was already taking off and it was making some money. But he said when he realized like he wanted to focus on that versus real estate is when like he was like trying to sell a house and he had to like go meet the buyer, and he's like, oh, I gotta go. He's like, I need to put out this video, but I also have to go, I have my work obligations. And he said when he realized that he'd rather just work on the video than waste time driving to sell a house is when he realized he wanted to do, invest his time in YouTube and stuff like that. So
that's interesting.
It's cool, man. And like just seeing that, it just got me like fired up. I'm like, dude, there's like no reason why it's not possible for us to do that. So, I'm going to just keep hacking away, trying to get like figure out more ways to get seen. We got our TikTok, guys. If you're on TikTok, go follow our TikTok, Back to the Feature Podcast. Or it's Back to Feature Podcast. I think I left that out.
Oh, whatever. Go check it out.
Yeah. We'll have the links. We'll have the links in our videos. But anyways, yeah, dude, it's hard work, but you know what? I like doing it, and yeah.
No, that's good. Like you said, I mean, you're Mark Zuckerberg, and I'm gonna be Edward Saverin. So.
Oh, good. I need a $10,000 check right now.
I'll get my cut.
I think we need 2 more new cameras, so this one keeps turning off. Edward, can you fund that?
Yeah, I'll get you.
And then Steven's gonna write you a check. Here's your $10,000. Don't cash it. I drew it on the bank you closed.
Oh, dude, that pissed me off. Oh man.
Yeah.
What's he doing here? What's he doing here, Joseph?
We thought you were gonna let you parade around in your ridiculous seats. Sorry, my Prada was at the cleaners along with my fuck you flip flops.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, I love that movie.
Mm-hmm. I might go home and watch it now.
Yeah, I like that at the end when he's all worked up. Mm-hmm. He's like, you better lawyer up, asshole, because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming for everything.
Hell yeah.
And then the security guards show up. He's all, Mr. Saverin will be leaving now. And he's like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Then that's when JT tries to give him the check.
Yeah.
And then he acts like he's going to punch him.
What does he say? He's like, why I like you, Steven?
He's like, why I like standing next to you? Because you make me look so tough.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, because he flinches.
Yeah. Yeah. He flinches when he acts like he's going to punch him.
You didn't have to be so hard on him, Steven.
I'm just there with my little... And then he gets those cars. Yeah, that's such a good movie. Oh, I can just talk about it on and on. But yeah, anyways, sorry guys. You had to listen to like a 10-minute YouTube rant. Edward, do you have anything?
No, man. I love that you're fired up about it. I'd rather you be fired up than ready to call it quits, because then I'd be like, God dang.
Just ready to string a rope up and put my neck through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I've never been one to shy away from hard work,
I know, and that's, I mean, dude, because honestly,
neither of you, obviously.
No. But I hate that I put my efforts into something that, don't get me wrong, I have a job and all that stuff, but I hate that I have to sink so much time and effort into something that I don't really want to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword because, and I understand because like hell, dude, I want more. Like my 8 hours a day at work, I wish I could be spending on like this, like writing skits and planning the show, and dude, I literally could spend 8 hours like just planning out everything, and then the next day go out and execute, and then the next day plan again. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of like schedule I would like to be on. Like spend a day planning, spend a day executing, spend a day planning, spend a day executing. That'd be ideal. But I get it. I mean, you got to get paid, Yeah, shit. Yeah. I don't want to be a bum under 35.
With your tent on fire.
Hell yeah. I'm my fucking living out of my Toyota with the fucking smoke coming out.
Yeah.
Sending smoke signals. Dude, that reminds me of my friend Amy. So I was on Twitter and she posted something. I guess she had to go back to work. And she posted something like downtown Austin smells like hold on, let me pull her tweet up, dude.
Go ahead.
I don't want to do her any injustice. I think she's listening. She always, dude, it always surprises me when people are like, "Oh, I was listening to your podcast, or I watched your I watched it on YouTube," and I was like, "For real?"
Like you sat through the whole thing?
Yeah, I know. That's what I wanted to be all like, "Damn, thanks." I feel like I should just hand her some money when she said that.
I hope one day our videos, even the old ones, they go back and you look and they have like 4 or 5 of those little yellow dots. No, you know what I'm talking about? The little advertisements means we're getting paid.
Oh yeah, no. I know what you're saying. Yeah, no. I saw something weird on Twitter and it just kind of made me like, huh? Oh yeah, so here's guys. If you're anyone who's listening who isn't Handy Aim, go follow Handy HANDI_AIM. Okay, that's at Twitter. She said, yes, downtown Austin smells like exhaust and then I guess it was like fill in the blank.
Oh yeah, what did someone put?
So somebody. This is actually really clever. Somebody put white privilege, and then my reply was like ass.
Oh my god!
I was gonna put like homeless something, but then I was like, nah, somebody might be all like, that's insensitive. Yeah.
You gotta roll with the punches, people. You gotta let it, slide off the back.
Yeah, it's true, but I'm not trying to get canceled.
Oh man, especially now, jeez.
I'm not trying to get canceled before I get off the
before
floor.
You get started.
Yeah, dude, like
canceled before takeoff.
If I make it and then I get canceled, like fuck. At least I got to taste that sweet victory for a little bit.
Yeah, you're famous, and they're like, "Hey, check out this tweet," or no, it'd be like, "Check out this audio we have of you talking about this tweet."
No, dude. We've talked about this before. Like, I don't want to be famous.
No. I'm just saying, like, whatever.
I mean, I would like to be well known for like my work, but within a small circle, like Quentin Tarantino, right? Like, I don't think everyone knows who he. Like, I think everyone's heard the name, but if you show them a picture, I don't think every single person can be like, "Oh, I know who that is," right?
Oh, I got you.
Because nobody fucking cares about directors or producers or anything. It's the actors are the famous ones because you see their face in the movies. Yeah, or writers, right? So I'm okay with being like famous in a circle of small people where it's just like, "Oh, you're that guy who directed this movie," and then I'll be like, and it would mean more to me, because I'm like, "Oh, you didn't see me in Time magazine or you didn't see me in People magazine." It's like, "Oh, you took the time to like, oh, so and so made this, let me go look up who that is,"
Yeah.
That's what it would just mean more to me. I feel like, as opposed to be like, "Oh yeah, I saw your poster on fucking Times Square,
saw your billboard in Times Square."
Who knows? I don't know. I say that now and then. I mean, let's say I become a good, like, really famous director and then I transition in like acting or whatever.
Like Benny Safdie.
Yeah.
Never know.
Oh, Safdie bros. They make such good movies. I can't wait to see that Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
He's in another one too. What did I send you where he got cast? Is it a Star Wars? It's a big franchise that he got cast in.
Oh yeah. What was it? Damn.
I think I want to say it was Star Wars.
I think it might. Oh, Obi-Wan, no?
Yeah. I think you're right.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, because it had Hayden Christensen and was it Ewan McGregor?
Just go to his IMDb real quick.
I wonder. I mean, I think I've asked you before, but would it be awkward to be the brother that's part of a brother duo directing, but no one knows you because you don't ever act? Like,
Nah, I don't think so.
no.
Because like if you don't want to act, then.
But
like,
I'm just saying, like your brother or whoever would be more famous.
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't care. Like if I was like, God, I wish.
Like, I'm just
I
saying,
wish
like,
James wanted to be a director, dude. You know how easy my life would be.
why? Because you could like compare it to him, or
We
what?
no, we could like work together.
Oh, I got you. I thought you mean because you'd be like, well, look at my directing compared to his.
No, like if you wanted to be a director, I would
Oh,
just be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I think it takes. Because like I like to produce, right? When I was in college, like I had to produce a short film, and I liked doing it, and I think I was good at it because as a director, I know what I want from a producer. So when I'm the producer, I know what to give the director. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I know what this person needs to be successful because I need that all the time. So I'm going to be that person for them. And yeah, I need to find a me.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to James, and he sounded just like you, but because you talk about directing and wanting to be behind the camera and being afraid to let someone take over the control of the camera because you want it a certain way and you want it like this. And he was telling me the same thing about.
Well, hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on, I'm gonna let you finish right now. But Beyonce had one of the. No, I just want to say, it's not that I'm afraid to like let somebody else control, but I would like to let somebody who knows what they're doing.
Okay, that
right.
makes
So if
sense.
I'm working with a cinematographer, I can be like, hey, let's go ahead and set up a 2-shot over here at 30 feet away and slap the 50mm lens on it, and I want it at f.1.8. Would you know what I was talking about?
Hell, fuck no.
But if I was talking to a cinematographer, they would know exactly, right? And they would actually be like, "Are you sure you don't want to use this lens instead?" And then like we can have that conversation, nice little collaborative process. And I want that. I definitely 100% want that because I would like to not be behind the camera all the time. I would prefer to be off to the side watching the performances as opposed to focusing so much on the camera work. But I do enjoy doing the camera work myself. I mean, I'm my own cinematographer, right? And I like doing that. I do like it very much. And I would like to be a cinematographer and just let somebody direct because that's how much I enjoy it. But at the same time, as a director, I would really like to just also be able to focus on directing. So it doesn't really have so much to do with like letting go of control, but more to do with like
the right people.
Right. Making sure somebody's capable of executing my vision. So sorry, go ahead.
Instead of telling me, Edward, make sure to click on my face. No, I'm like, I clicked on the wall beside you.
Zoom in on me.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so I was talking to James, and he kind of said something similar where like he doesn't like having to do all the work of the editing and stuff, but he doesn't want someone else to do it because he wants it a certain way. And I was like, I wonder if that's just something that's in y'all's mentality.
No, I think it's everybody in that position because like as somebody who's worked in the creative space for I don't know how long, like over 7 years now, like learning to communicate your vision to somebody is just as important because you can't do it all, right? Like with his show, they have a producer now who's like behind the camera and running everything, and like I'm sure he's it's hard to let control of the show go. But what he and like I learned my camera. What he and I and like most people who are like when you start doing something like that, you learn is like you have to learn to communicate your vision. Because that's really what being a director at the end of the day is. And like director is like such a funny term because like that's just like a general term. Everyone associates it with like I'm a movie director. But you have like there's so many different fields, like not even like industry related, like entertainment industry related. There's so many other fields like director of distribution, director of da-da-da-da-da. So it all just comes down to like being a boss over people and you're making sure they execute, their jobs accordingly. And that's really what it comes down to is you just got to learn to communicate your vision, which I'm still learning to do, but it doesn't help that I don't get to have a crew to be able to like talk to on a basis. But whatever, it's gonna happen eventually.
No, I get you. It's just like you said, like when you were talking about all that cinematography stuff, I'm like, I got lost.
Yeah, but And then like I wasn't saying, I was just using that as an example, but there was a time when I didn't know what any of that shit meant. You know, it's just my biggest advice to anyone is like, I learned all of this stuff, you know, filmmaking wise, like on my own time, like researching and watching YouTube videos and going out, most importantly, going out and making the movies that I've made. And that's how I've got good and being able to do what I can do. So it's, and this is like no secret. It's just like, you want to get good at something, you do it over and over again until you're good at it.
Like practice.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's all it is. There's no secret to anything. It's just like, you want to learn how to shoot an arrow really good, you just shoot it 1,000 times and you miss 1,000 times until that one time where you're super accurate, and then you'll be able to do it like that every time.
No. Or you could have like a dad like Michael Jackson or Tiger Woods and just beat it into you.
I wish. I would just kill for any kind of dad at this point.
That's cold, man.
What? I'm being serious.
Oh man.
For real. Dude, you say that like, yeah, like you're all like, oh, it's so horrible to have this like father who pushes you into this career, and oh, dude, I would have fucking.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
I
like,
would love that.
I'm just saying, like those guys make it too.
Yeah.
But
no, I know what you're saying, and it does sound horrible. You know, you're like, I hate it. Why do I have to do this?
And then you become the best at it. So.
Yeah. So. I like how I got to laugh at you.
I was laughing. I have to admit, I had to laugh.
Yeah. Anywho, but yeah, we're running out of time. So anyways, guys, I hope you like this. This is a very random podcast. I hope you enjoyed the topics we talked about. I hope I didn't talk y'all's ear off too much.
I didn't mind it at all.
Cool. Well, thank you, Edward, and you did some good input yourself.
I try.
Getting there, getting better. 2 years in. All right, guys. Well, Edward, any last words?
I love you, Dad.
I would love you too if I knew you, Dad. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We appreciate it, and we look forward to next week when we take you back to the future.
Bye.
Bye.